Hey guys, so today I am here to review Landline by Rainbow Rowell. So Landline is Rainbow Rowell's fourth book and second adult novel. In this book, we meet Georgie McCool. She's in her late 30s. She is a television writer for one of the most popular shows on TV, and she is having a little bit of trouble in her marriage. So the story takes place the week before Christmas, and Georgie has finally gotten sort of her big break. She's gotten this awesome opportunity to write her own television show, which has been her dream since college. Unfortunately, this causes a huge conflict for her because since it is the week before Christmas, she is actually supposed to be going to Omaha with her husband Neil to visit her in-laws. After talking it over with her husband Neil, Georgie decides that the best thing to do is to stay in Los Angeles and to work on her pilots, to work on scripts, so that hopefully her show will be greenlit and her dream will come true. Now, like I mentioned earlier, Georgie and Neil's relationship isn't necessarily in a very good place, so the fact that Georgie decided to stay in Los Angeles instead of going to Omaha did cause a bit of tension and friction in the relationship, and Georgie's kind of freaking out a bit, and she's kind of worried that this may be the end of her marriage. Since Georgie is kind of in a weird place and doesn't want to be alone, she ends up going to her mom's house, where she ends up spending a lot of time in her childhood bedroom. So one night when she's in her room, she decides to try to call Neil from the house's landline. And this is where the story gets kind of weird, because instead of calling Neil in present 2013, she ends up calling Neil in 1998. So yeah, that's kind of a general, I guess, synopsis of the story. I hope I didn't give too much away. I think most of what I just said is sort of in the book description. Anyway, as you guys know, I am a huge Rainbow Rowell fan, so I was really looking forward to this book. So unlike Eleanor and Park and Fangirl, which are the two books that sort of put Rainbow Rowell on the map, this book is an adult book, and you are dealing with more adult issues. Not necessarily like the subject matter or anything like that. It's not graphic or anything. What I mean is that these characters are in their late 30s. You know, Georgie has been married for 15 years, and so it's not the beginning of a relationship. This is sort of a relationship that started off good and has slowly gone a little bit downhill, and hopefully after sort of the end of the book you see that the relationship could get better after that. So for me, the characters in this book weren't super relatable, but I think that just has to do with the fact that they are in their late 30s, that this is a woman who's been married for a really long time, and obviously I have no experience in that. However, since it is a Rainbow Rowell book, even though I couldn't relate with the characters, the writing is just awesome. There are so many references in this book that I absolutely love, like all the pop culture references, the Back to the Future references, the time travel references, which, you know, are things that I absolutely adore. This book is a little bit different for some of her other books, seeing as it is, I guess, kind of magical realistic in a way, since you do have a phone that calls 1998. I think this is a fantastic book. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't necessarily say it was the best book for me right now. I think out of all of Rainbow Rowell's book, Attachments is still my absolute favorite. So yeah, that is my review of Landline by Rainbow Rowell. If you guys have read this book, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you haven't read it and you love Rainbow Rowell, I suggest to put this on your TBR. And if you've never read Rainbow Rowell, I don't think this is a good book to start with. I would suggest to start with Attachments or Eleanor and Park or Fangirl. Just start with one of the other ones, because this one is different from her previous works. Anyway, that's all for today's video. Don't forget that you guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Goodreads. Those links are always in the description box below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!